Miles, and I wanted to talk to you today about trust. I used to think about the vocation as a problem, something that needed a solution. Am I called or not? Yes or no? I have to find out. But more than a problem, it's a call. And more than a solution, it needs a following. It's not a yes or no right now thing. And that's because God is not Zeus. If God was Zeus, then the vocation would be a problem, because it would just be him sending down his fate from on high. You are called. And whether you are called or not is all you need to know, and then you deal with it. But God is a loving Father. He's not Zeus on some Mount Olympus. And if he calls you, it's out of love. It's because he sees the whole picture. He sees what you've been made for. So I remember when I was first feeling the call in prayer as a missionary out in California, and I brought it up with my spiritual coach, and I was really worried, am I called or not? Does God want me to be a priest? And I remember him telling me, Father Daniel, you're only called to something you're attracted to. And I thought, well, that's great, I'm not attracted to the priesthood. And then a month later, I was with Father Chad, another priest who I worked with out there, and I remember him giving a homily, and I was sitting in the back thinking, he gets to work with kids. He gets to preach every week. I would love to do that. And then I went in this huge interior crisis. Well, was that an attraction to the priesthood or not? And I brought it back up with Father Daniel, and we were talking about it, and he was finally like, well, are you going to go and try it out? Going to go to the seminary and see? And I realized at that moment that I couldn't reason my vocation, my path in life out any further. I needed to take another step, and God would let me know. It's almost like God just, held out his hand, and that's all I could see. And that's why it's not a yes or no, it's not a right now situation. It's a whole life. And that's where trust comes in. Do I trust God enough to take that next step? To trust that he'll hold me up and that he won't let me fall? Or that he'll keep putting out his hand and holding me up as I walk? Or will I stay back where I'm safe and not know? If I had never taken that step, I would have never found the peace and the joy that I've encountered in following Christ, being a priest, following him on this path of the priesthood. So the question is, what's the next path in your life? And do you trust God enough to take that?